Welcome, my brilliant, bold, beautifully complex Leos, both the returning cosmic royalty and those of you just now stumbling into the golden den we call Golden Fortune Leo. Whether you arrived here by divine synchronicity, a curious click, or because the algorithm knows your chart better than your own mother, trust me, you're not here by accident. The universe doesn't misplace Leos. It positions them. And oh, what divine timing you've chosen. June isn't just another calendar page, it's a cosmic invitation to step into your golden era. Think of it as a spiritual reset button wrapped in warm sunlight and served with a side of karmic champagne. As someone who has spent decades decoding the dance between the stars and the psyche, I can tell you, June hums with the frequency of renewal, expansion, rebirth. It's like Leo energy after a spa weekend, radiant, rested, and ready to roar. Our lovely guide for this month's journey, Rhea, who I affectionately call the Zodiac's mystical auntie, was born in June herself. So if you sense an extra sparkle in her voice, that's not editing, it's alignment. Now let's talk truth. June is also your cosmic decluttering session. Spirit's giving you a Marie Kondo moment for the soul. If it doesn't spark joy or at least stop giving you migraines, it's time to let it go. That means outdated stories, heavy energies, and yes, even that grudge you've been emotionally watering like a house plant. Let it wilt, honey. It's blocking the light. Psychologically speaking, we humans cling to what's familiar even when it hurts. But growth? Real, lasting, soul-deep growth? That starts the moment you choose freedom over familiarity. Power over patterns. Peace over proving yourself. So exhale. Smile. You've just entered your solar season of breakthroughs. Let's dive in. As we move into the deeper layers of this month's Leo message, let's talk energy, yours, the collective's, and that mysterious, invisible current we call the universe that's been poking you to wake up at 3 a.m. with existential questions. The first card that steps forward is a bold one: surrender the drama. And no, that's not a cute suggestion, it's a cosmic boundary. Right now, life is asking you not to engage with the emotional circus. Let the chaos whirl around you like wind through a bamboo grove. You don't need to clap back, correct every false narrative, or dive headfirst into other people's storms. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is, nothing. No is a complete sentence. Silence? That's what the Buddhists call right speech, the art of knowing when to hold your peace because the soul speaks loudest in stillness. Next up, 9 of Pentacles. This card is a slow clap from the universe. All that work you've done emotionally, spiritually, even financially is about to start paying off. You've been sowing seeds in soil that no one else could see, and now those seeds are sprouting. Think divine harvest delivered, Amazon Prime style blessings landing on your doorstep without a tracking number, just divine timing. And yes, they might be a little overdue, but isn't that always the case with things worth waiting for? Then comes Temperance, your friendly reminder that transformation requires grace. When your spiritual software updates, glitches are inevitable. You might feel off balance or emotionally disoriented. That's not regression, that's recalibration. This is the part where you breathe, drink some water, and resist the urge to fix everything in one afternoon. Integration takes patience, and healing rarely shows up on schedule. Finally, we arrive at the star. This is your lighthouse, your inner North Star, reminding you that hope isn't some naive emotion, it's a force of attraction. Spirit is nudging you to follow what lights you up, not what looks practical or palatable to others. I've seen far too many Leos shrink their shine to fit in. But this is not your martyr era. This is your main character comeback. Don't just wish upon the star, realize you are the star. Let's talk about the space between what was and what's becoming, a place I like to call the sacred mess. Right now, Leo, You're standing in a metaphysical hallway with the old door closing behind you and the new one not quite open yet. It's that weird limbo where time feels like it's speeding up, but clarity hasn't caught up. One moment you're cleaning out your inbox, and the next, you're questioning the entire trajectory of your soul contract. Welcome to what astrologers call the in-between, a spiritually awkward phase that's part identity crisis, part energetic glow-up. As someone who has spent decades studying zodiac evolution and the psychological terrain of transformation, I'll tell you this: Leos don't always love change. You're a fixed sign. You like loyalty, rhythm, and knowing where the crown is stored. But growth doesn't come from comfort, it comes from the stretch. And right now, you're stretching. What if the version of you that's emerging, yes, the one still fumbling through the fog, is actually the most powerful yet? This in-between isn't a setback, it's an integration chamber. Your outer radiance is syncing with your inner wisdom. That feeling of "I don't know who I am anymore?" That's the soul reshaping itself to match your next assignment. You're not lost, you're upgrading. And sometimes, before you break through, life slows you down just enough to hear the quiet guidance inside you. Now here's your challenge, straight from the Leo psychologist's playbook: journal the last challenge you overcame. Not just what happened, but what it taught you. What superpower did it unlock? That wasn't just chaos, that was curriculum. You weren't breaking down. You were breaking open. And that, dear Leo, is your lion heart in action. Raw, real, and wiser than ever. So don't rush the in-between. Breathe in the weirdness. Trust the stretch. The universe isn't glitching, it's upgrading you. Let's talk about the return to center, because right now, Leo, your soul's been doing the spiritual equivalent of 12 browser tabs open, 3 of them playing music you can't find, and 1 somehow logged into someone else's Netflix account. It's time to reconnect. The universe doesn't need you to climb a mountain barefoot or chant in Sanskrit while levitating unless that's your thing. Sometimes, all it takes is a few deep breaths, a still moment, or a hot shower where you let the day's drama swirl down the drain like expired gossip. These simple rituals aren't mundane, they're micro-adjustments that align your energy with something greater. Think of them as spiritual software updates for your nervous system. Now, let's layer in some astrology. Sagittarius and Aquarius energies are making themselves known this month, and they're not exactly subtle house guests. Sag wants you to roam free, chase a truth bigger than your comfort zone. Aquarius wants to reboot the whole system and rewire your idea of who you can be. Together, they're stirring up visions of reinvention. But don't forget the third voice in this conversation, your body. It's whispering, sometimes yelling, things like, "Can we trade that third cup of coffee for an actual nap?" Or "How about we put the phone down before bed instead of researching conspiracy theories about Saturn?" And yes, even Buddhist monks nap. Enlightenment doesn't require exhaustion. Here's the thing, June isn't a wait-and-see kind of month. It's an activation. You're not downloading these energetic upgrades for fun, you're being turned on like a cosmic SIM card. And what keeps that signal strong? Structure. Rhythm. Flow. Leos thrive when their fire has form. Freedom isn't the absence of responsibility, it's the presence of intention. Create your sacred routine. Guard your peace like it's royalty because, well, you are. Let's get real, Leo. Spirit isn't being subtle anymore, it's practically waving a neon sign that says, "Clear the clutter if you want the magic." And no, I'm not just talking about your overflowing inbox or that junk drawer you pretend doesn't exist. I'm talking about the emotional laundry: doubt, fear, perfectionism, people-pleasing, and all those dusty old beliefs you've been dragging around like a suitcase with a broken wheel. Your dreams? They're still there. But they're buried under a pile of mental chaos that could rival a teenager's bedroom floor. It's time to metaphorically fold the laundry, Leo. Clear the mess. Polish your sparkle. Remember who you are. And let's talk about the weird little moments you've been brushing off. Hearing the word star everywhere? Seeing actual stars at odd times? No, you're not imagining things. That's called synchronicity, and the universe is basically breadcrumbing you toward your higher path. Those aren't coincidences, they're cosmic nudges. Think of them like divine GPS rerouting you towards something greater than your current GPS app ever could. Now, if you've been feeling a little more intuitive lately, dreams showing up with symbols, random flashes of insight while brushing your teeth, that's not a glitch. That's your soul downloading updates from your ancestors, your higher self, and yes, maybe even your past lives. You're leveling up, and with that comes intuition 2.0. But here's the trick, you've got to ground it. Journal your dreams. Write out the fog. When fear knocks, and it will, don't answer the door unless it brought snacks and a breakthrough. And finally, let's not forget the magic of water. Seriously. It's not just hydration, it's energy in motion. Place a glass of moon-charged water by your bed. Let it collect the light of the night sky and anchor you to something ancient. You, dear Leo, are an old soul in designer sneakers. Start acting like it. Let's wrap this up, Leo, but not before giving a cosmic nod to the grand finale of your reading, and it's a big one. Enter, Crow Spirit. Now, if this feathered guide keeps popping up in your world on your morning walk, in a dream, or in a meme you randomly scrolled past, that's not just a quirky coincidence. That's the universe sending a calling card. The crow is a messenger, a spiritual gatekeeper between worlds, and when it lands in your reading, it's not here to caw aimlessly. It's reminding you that you're not just along for the ride, you're co-creating the entire story. Here's the truth, every thought you think is a brush stroke on your reality. Every emotion, every belief, is a spell you're unconsciously casting. So the invitation now is simple but profound: think like a creator, not a critic. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to stop rehearsing worst-case scenarios like they're Broadway auditions. And if you've been thrown off lately by setbacks, delays, or just some good old-fashioned cosmic curveballs, relax. That's not punishment. That's a plot twist. The universe isn't dragging you through drama, it's helping you reroute towards something far more aligned. And here's your angelic backup to prove it: 444. You may have seen this number popping up on receipts, clocks, license plates, or randomly during your existential late-night scroll. That's spirit whispering, you're safe. You're supported. You're exactly where you need to be. This number is about stability, foundation, and divine protection. It's the spiritual equivalent of bubble wrap for your goals. So if you've been questioning whether your hard work is worth it, yes, it absolutely is. Spirit sees you showing up, even when no one else does. And soon, the payoff will show up too. Now, here's the part where I drop my professional robe and speak from the lion-hearted soul I know you have: you're not alone. This path, even when it's winding or unclear, is still sacred. You've come a long way, not because life has been easy, but because you've kept going even when it wasn't. That's courage. That's grace in motion. So today, I want you to give yourself the gift of a pause. Sip your tea. Step outside and feel the sunlight hit your skin. Let spirit take the wheel for a moment. You've earned that rest. This month isn't about overdoing, it's about aligning. Because miracles aren't just on the way, they're already here, waiting for you to clear enough emotional and energetic space to let them in. So here's your cosmic cheat sheet. Drop the drama. Save your energy for things that nourish your peace. You're not stuck, you're leveling up. New story, same soul, just more aligned. Balance isn't boring, it's your superpower now. Stars, crows, Numbers on your coffee receipt? Spirits sending breadcrumbs. Most importantly, you're not at the mercy of fate. You are co-authoring your destiny. And if this reading hit home, if it felt like someone just peeked into your spiritual journal, like, share, and subscribe to this channel, Golden Fortune Leo. This isn't just another tarot corner on the internet, it's a pride, a sanctuary, a place where your soul gets to stretch, shine, and laugh a little along the way. So go out and live boldly, Leo. You were never meant to dim. You were meant to dazzle.